presenters in the first half are a duo, and they are the co-founders of ANCORD Design Co. I want to ask them what they do. They said, well, we try to use industrial design for good and not evil. It's a good place to start, guys. Yeah. So they really work with their clients to find sustainable ways to use positive environmental design. Please give it up. Alex Nagel and Ryan Dix.
Hi, we're ANCORD Design, and we design all the things. We'd like to share a little bit about ourselves and our experience before we get into what industrial design actually is about.
I'm Ryan, one half of ANCORD Design, and I have an insatiable curiosity. Exposed to high-level motorsport in my youth, I developed a fascination with the intense combination of form and function in an extreme environment. My father fostered my technical intuition, and he's a mechanical engineer and also an avid racing fan. As a result, I have a practical approach to design.
I'm Alex, the other half of ANCORD, and I've always loved to sketch. As a kid, I was really into comic books and superheroes, and then later cars, and all of that led to my passion for design. Early in my career, I worked on a lot of cosmetic displays and store environments for global brands like Sephora.
Alex and I first met at Humber College studying transportation design over a decade ago.
We're old.
Our careers have seen stints working for various design firms and before moving on to freelance and self-employment.
A few years ago, I made a big move to the island, and shortly after, Ryan decided to do the same. So we met up and drove across the country, and we were completely inspired by the beauty of Canada and decided to start a design firm.
So what is industrial design? Well, design is often described eloquently as taking something from its existing state and moving it to a preferred state. In a broad sense, design is about innovation and improvement. Industrial design, the term, was coined in the mid-1800s in response to the onset of mass manufacture. Industrial design is designed before production, as opposed to craft, which is designed during creation.
One of the key considerations for industrial designers is ergonomics, which is how the user interacts with the product. Unfortunately, in more modern times, design has been used to artificially drive sales through planned obsolescence and unnecessary single-use items. For example, mobile phones create tons of waste as multiple versions are released every year with minimal improvement in functionality. In 2015, John Silvan, the creator of Keurig pods, stated that their invention was his biggest regret. In 2014 alone, over 9.8 billion non-recyclable K-cups were sold worldwide.
So with all this in mind, we knew we wanted to collaborate, and we agreed on one thing. This planet is we founded ANCORD with the goal of environmental stewardship through design. And environmental protection is something that's everyone's responsibility, from those who design and make goods, those who regulate them, and those that consume them.
It is all of our problem collectively. So we observed that being in nature leads to the desire to protect it. And as we thought about our own branding, we sought to find a bold symbol that represents strength and resilience and landed on the anchor. The name ANCORD is made up of our first and last initials with company in the middle.
So now that we've gone through what industrial design is and the aim with ANCORD, we want to give you a brief insight into the process and see it in practice. So we begin with the audit of an existing product. In this case, let's take the humble toothbrush. Now for a hygienic tool, it's ironically unhygienic. The crevices in the grip provide a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. The soft rubber for the grip is non-recyclable, and because it's co-molded with the rest of the handle, the entire product is now garbage and not recyclable, even if the hard plastic could have been recycled. Additionally, the grip is a solution to a false problem. If the brush is rotating in your hand while you're brushing, you don't need more grip. You need to brush more softly.
Globally, we dispose of over 3 billion toothbrushes a year, and while that's a lot of garbage, it's actually much lower than it should be due to oral health reasons. They are non-recyclable and end up going straight to landfills or worse. In the planning phase, we do research and brainstorming, and product's use, materials, ergonomics, and life cycle, as well as unit price and production volume. Often the problems that we set out to solve at this stage are redefined as our research better informs us.
After the planning phase, we get to the really fun part. We take the insights from the research and brainstorming, and we begin developing solutions to specific problems with sketching. We put everything down on paper at this point. Ideas lead to other ideas, and your first idea is almost never your best one, but it can get you there.
Next, we often do some physical model making. We take the promising ideas from paper and bring them into the real world to evaluate form, ergonomics, function, and surfacing. You can cheat perspective and details in a sketch, but not in a physical model. As much as we use the computer to visualize things in 3D, there's still no replacement for real life. 3D forms are much harder to judge on the screen. The product is then engineered to incorporate tolerances, draft, molding, and final parting lines, all while maintaining our design intent. We work with vendors and factories with consideration for their specific capabilities.
I hope we can all agree that the final product looks like it's been styled, but actually everything about it has a purpose. The anodized aluminum handle, which you keep, and the replaceable heads significantly reduces waste. There's 85% less plastic in this than a conventional toothbrush. The flat bottom of the handle allows you to rest it on a surface while keeping the brush head itself away from any germs. Also, the handle is smooth, so there's nowhere for toothpaste and bacteria to build up. And additionally, the entire thing runs on a subscription service, so you always have a spare head handy when you need to change it, and the whole thing saves you money. So at the end of the process, we have a product that has less germs, has less environmental impact, and costs you less money. And that is what industrial design is.
Yeah.
We hope we've given you a glimpse into the design process and shown how the environment can be considered while solving design problems in a beautiful and functional way.